Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Adjacent. Very near, next to, or touching. Our tailgate is adjacent to the left field fence. ADJACENT. Adjacent.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent. We have our hero.
Hero.
Yeah. Our hero.
Yeah.
And we talk so highly of you. You help us whenever we come in the studio. He is the one that helps us with our recordings. Who do we have today?
We have Bryce, and I don't even know Bryce's
Castillo.
last
Oh,
Castillo. Hi.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So Bryce is our hero because we happened upon doing this.
Yeah.
And we had been planning it for like 4 years, and I never am a follow through. Shelly does all the following through. And so Shelly's like, we're going to do it. We're going to just start and peel off that Band-Aid. And then we came into Record ATX. And you guys have been so welcoming, so helpful. We love the studios. This place is amazing. We just rave about it. And everybody that comes in feels like there's such a vibe here, positive vibe.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
So it feels like a little bit of the people pleaser in me. Like people get to come in and we record them and we make them feel good and make sure, they've got everything that they need to succeed. And so sorry if I immediately sound like a shill or anything, but but I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Well, you guys are full service, so I love it here.
Yeah.
This is like, usually if we're not here, we're just recording at our houses, and then, it's not as nice.
It's not as fun. Yeah, it's not as fun.
And there's more interruptions.
But it also feels, for our guests, I feel like it makes them more legit.
Yes,
to
it
them.
feels more
like, it's a real experience. People are like, no, I want to come to studio.
Yes, they like this.
I want to drive 2 hours to come to studio.
Like, okay.
And there is something really different when you're talking face to face versus over, a virtual. The previous studio that I worked at, almost we were doing original productions, and most every production we did would have someone remote in some capacity. Sometimes one of the co-hosts. And so we got really used to that. There's a certain kind of cadence of I talk and you talk and I talk and you talk with talking over like Skype or Zoom or anything. And you get really used to it.
Yes.
But it's still, even when you get really good at that, it's still totally different to just be in person.
It is. There's a better
vibe.
Yeah. It's a better vibe.
Because you can read the body language, and I'm hearing impaired, and I have hearing aids. And when COVID happened, doing Zoom and everything was very hard for me because I cue off of body language really big time.
Yes.
And so it was like, this is too hard. I can't do it. And everybody wanted to do it socially and stuff like that. And I was like, I can't. I don't enjoy this at all.
That was a big thing we saw when, you're not alone. Plenty of podcasts, including podcasts that I love and listen to, I kind of can't listen to them from that time because they weren't used to it.
Yeah.
Like they weren't skilled enough. They weren't experienced enough with how to do that.
Right.
And it really is tough. You have to really be not just reading the cues, but anticipating them.
Yes,
exactly.
And I in my role at my previous studio, I was doing some on mic stuff and a lot of behind the scenes stuff like live switching and graphics and things. And when you do that, you really have to be anticipatory of what people's gonna.
For sure.
If you're doing a news program, it really makes it easier to know, okay, this person's going to talk and then this person's going to give the opinion and they'll go back and forth and they'll talk to the guest. It's a little, I don't know, it's a little mercenary way of seeing the world, but it works also.
Oh, yeah. I agree. And I was, teaching during COVID. So I have a lot of PTSD from the whole
God, I'm
switch.
sure.
It was awful. I hated it. It
Yeah.
was so bad for the kids.
She was doing Skype or Zoom and had kids.
Yeah.
And
they started
mixed thing
opening
like
the
that.
schools
Wow.
back up. It was really hard.
Yeah, hats off to you because I can't imagine
It was a nightmare.
having to go through that. I mean, funny enough, when COVID hit at the studio that I was at, it actually didn't change. It didn't change much for us.
Yeah.
If anything, there were opportunities that opened up because of it.
Exactly.
And
I do think it was
tough.
a big time for podcasting.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, really
Absolutely.
put it on the map.
And there was a lot more ad money going around.
Yeah.
Specifically like non-sports betting ad money going around.
Yes.
Where now it's all sports betting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so where are you from originally?
So I grew up in Virginia, coastal Virginia.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
In Virginia Beach, is where I was born. Or I guess I was born in Norfolk. Grew up in Virginia Beach. And then I spent the second half of my childhood there in Chesapeake. It's kind of it's very suburban over there. Very military based.
Okay.
There's 2 or 3 really big Navy bases over there.
Okay.
And so I don't know. I thought it was a great place to grow up. You meet a little bit of everybody. There's something about it being very suburban that just felt very quaint. I walked to elementary school,
Oh,
and I was on Google Maps the other day and I had looked up that route. I was like, what was it like? Like, how long would it have been? And
isn't that mind blowing? That little.
Because it felt big, longer and further when you were little.
Yeah.
You were little.
And then I I kind of remember that house. And then you go through it, it's like, oh, that was really short. That actually wasn't really that bad at all.
Yeah.
It's 4 houses
but those
down.
neighborhood schools are there's such a core memory for people when you get to do things like that and grow up near your school and be a part of that community.
And Jody teaches at Zilker, and that is a very community, lots of walkers.
Right? Yes, right.
Most people are riding their bikes or walking to school. And
those community schools are so important.
The community schools. Yeah, that's so lovely.
So were your parents in the military?
So my dad was. He was in the military pretty much all of my childhood. He retired as a senior chief.
Wow.
And but we never ended up moving. I mean, I think the Navy brought him to Virginia before he married my mom, but we never ended up having to move because of it. And I was really grateful because my cousins, my dad's brother's family, they lived in the area too because of the Navy, and then they also had to move from Virginia, out of Virginia, when I was in middle school, and that was really tough for me.
Yeah, I think military lifestyle is hard,
and I was really not used to it. I was not, any sort of army brat. I was not used to moving a lot. I did not have a lot of friends, or I grew up with my friends, and
your cousins.
That's what stayed. Yeah, and and I don't know. I think that's because I remember finding out and going to school crying, be crying on the bus and crying going into the school so much that a guidance counselor was like, "Can you come in here and talk to somebody?"
Yeah.
And I don't know. It feels silly now, but at the time, it was really painful and tough,
traumatic
because we did not have the amount of communications we have today.
Right.
Today you would just friend them on Discord and just chatting with them.
No, honest. I remember Christina Allred.
Yes.
We were really good friends, and then I think it was 2nd or 3rd grade. She moved away, and it was almost like
you lost your appendage.
It was you're never going to see them again.
Yeah,
it's
really tough.
And I haven't found her on social media and stuff like that. It's
so you really lost
what
connection.
Happened?
Yeah.
What happened to those people? Did y'all ever reconnect, you and your cousin?
We have a few times, but
It changed the dynamic.
It was kind of awkward, and I feel bad about it because I wish I could have found a way to keep in touch more.
Yeah.
And now, we're kind of strangers a little bit.
Yeah.
And so that's how, even though, we're both grown adults now.
Sure, yeah.
But
life happens.
So were you an only child?
I have a half brother.
Okay.
And my mom had shared custody of him.
Okay.
So when I was real young, it was like every other weekend.
Yeah.
And, as a teenager, it was kind of come and go. So we also kind of had an awkward relationship.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know what to do. To me, he was the kid that we drove 45 minutes twice a week for some reason.
Right.
And he was mean to me.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because we were kids.
Yeah,
like I don't hold it against him or anything.
Yeah.
Like
No, of
your
course not.
older brother's gonna pick on the younger brother.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Our older brother would Dutch oven us.
Oh God.
Or he would lock the windows and not let
Hot
us roll
box.
them
He would
down.
hot box us. But his Magnolian barbecue toots. It was awful.
Well,
I can't even go into
I
it.
feel
No,
bad
I-
for our brother because he was our brother and there were 4 girls. So
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
kind of like tortured in his own
Yeah.
way.
And I don't hold it against him because I know it must have been tough for my brother
Sure.
Mhm.
to fucking his parents were going through a divorce.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any idea about that. And so
That is
And to
hard.
go in and out of a life, and and I assume our dad was a drill sergeant in the Marine Corps,
oh wow.
so I would assume that you were being raised by somebody that's a lifer military,
Yeah.
and so it was a very structured home. I would assume,
I think I would say so. My
Yeah.
dad was pretty quiet spoken.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even. I would say my mom was the strict one,
Mm-hmm.
and but I think that's also because she had to take care of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When if he goes out on a cruise, she still has to
Yeah.
watch the kids and
Yeah.
take care of and work and
Yeah.
so
yeah,
Yeah. That's a lot. It's a lot on families.
yeah, and that kind of does need structure.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have said that it came from him. I think he was
Okay.
very like kind of an underspoken guy.
Yeah.
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 I mean, what is it like having a drill sergent?
It was
parent?
exactly how you would
You
think
would
it
assume.
was.
Yeah.
and the
Revelry
Marine
in the
Corps
morning.
In
during
the Marine Corps.
during Vietnam.
Oh,
Like
my God.
none of us learned to swim, but we had an above ground pool and he would have us line up around on the pool edge, hold on to it, and he would scream, kick, kick, kick.
Well, we would go to Garrison, and all other kids would join in. We're
Yeah.
like, we're being tortured over here, and you guys are
I mean,
going
like,
to do it.
my
What
side hurts, Dad.
Yeah.
He was like, heck. No, I mean, he was a Marine Corps sergeant
Yeah.
at times.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes he was playful and silly, but he was very intense at times. But we loved him very much. So
Yeah.
he's just kind of that quirky guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so after you in Virginia, where did you go to
Yeah.
college and all of that?
So I stayed in Virginia through high school, and then for college, I went to VCU in Richmond, Virginia
Okay.
Commonwealth University.
Yeah.
I majored in kinetic imaging, which is a fine arts degree there. It is, I think it's still branded this way now, but the idea is art that takes place over time, generally video, audio, animation,
Okay.
graphics, but also things like there was a little bit of performance art in there. And it was very flexible. You think of most college curriculums, it's, you have to take these 20 some classes and then you have X amount of electives.
Right.
And this was flipped kind of the opposite of like, here's like a couple of like
Like the
Projects.
must do
educational
yeah.
sort of courses, like
Your core
history-based
classes, right.
and just a couple of them.
Yeah.
And then you have to like elective out, like, are you going to do a lot of video? Then you need to sign up for video
Ah.
classes. I signed up for a lot of audio,
Okay.
more than they had. I had to retake the high level audio class because there wasn't anything else for me to take in my senior year. And And I thought that experience was really great. I mean, a lot of people go through college and do have a bad experience, and I completely understand it.
Right.
Because it is very unguided. Especially in that scenario where you have to piece it all together yourself.
Yes.
And what you get at the end is exactly what you made.
Right.
You know, people would kind of come in and be upset, like, why aren't they teaching us how to shoot a thing? Why aren't they teaching us how to make a thing?
Right.
And that was not what the form of that was meant to do.
Right.
It was meant to give you a problem, and you need to find the solution.
Yeah.
You know, there was very few, not to say that there were none actual instruction pieces, but it was very project based.
Yeah,
right.
That sounds project. It sounds like an international baccalaureate program.
I actually think it sounds really better, because I feel like sometimes they overgive the core classes, and then when you're getting into the things you really love, it's too little.
Yeah.
It's not enough of what you're kind of driven by.
Yeah.
I think there's a need for both.
Yeah.
You know,
for a balance.
When I went through there, I graduated in 2012, and that was the exact perfect time for someone who liked YouTube and podcasts and digital media, because that's right after YouTube blew up and people were doing YouTube professionally. But I think that there's also a need for something like they had a film school in VCU as well, and that was much more regimented. It was very much about the roles on set,
the business side, and
the hierarchy.
Yeah,
right? Like on a film set, much like in a business, there is an order of precedent. You know, the director, assistant director, the director of photography, like they're. And those are roles, and they're really well defined. That's why that machine runs as efficient as it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so there's just a need for both, where, you know, this fits the machine, the filming, you know, fits Hollywood,
right?
And then this fine arts degree is shapeable for whatever direction you end up going out of.
Right.
You know,
and you've taken this into, you work here, but then you also have your other projects that you're doing. Tell us about your other projects and what you do here. We want to know all of it.
Sure. So right now I have like two kind of like active shows or projects I do. One is called LFG Marbles.
I've been watching that one.
It's a live stream on Twitch on Thursday nights where everyone who tunes in and joins the chat can get a marble with their name on it.
Oh.
And then when the time runs out, the marbles all get let loose on a big marble course, and it's a fun race. I kind of do race calling, like it's a real like NASCAR race or something, and that's also like an outfit to like play music, to talk about things that have been going on with my life, to talk about news. It really has become kind of this jumble of a thing.
Yeah,
I've been doing it for a few years now, and it started post COVID, I want to say. And that was something that really helped me get through COVID, and hopefully, you know, brought a lot of other people together to, you know, enjoy something collaborative,
right?
Something that is kind of competitive, but is not competitive. There's no way you control it. And over time, I've, you know, tried changing it, tried working the recipe, and I'm kind of left with this thing that is I'm still not entirely sure about. You know, I mean, I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. And also I treat it like a podcast, and also I treat it like a show.
Right.
And so I don't know. I think that's something where I still need to maybe refine it a little and figure out what it is, because
did you develop the game?
I didn't.
Okay.
So it's based on another game that's already out there.
Okay.
But we run a league of points on our own.
Okay.
And so we do use this game that other people do. It's called Marbles on Stream. But we have our own point system. So we give points based on like how well you do, and we keep track of it.
Okay.
And so that's something that the game kind of has, but doesn't. It does it in its own way. And so in this way, we can still play the game and keep our own story of how people are doing. And and hopefully that makes it a little more meaningful. And so there's a little bit of
who's number one right now.
Who's one? I can check our website and see it.
Shout out to the leaderboard.
It tends to be the people who play the most, if you can believe it.
Of course, that makes sense.
Yeah. So right now, our current league leader is sometimes Jake Schneider. That's right, a classic. He's got 214 points.
Oh, wow. Go, Jake, go.
I have to tell you, I've watched it, and you're very performative on it. Because you come off very, very kind and a little shy in here.
Yeah.
And so then when I watch you on there, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like a totally different person.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely is like turning it on.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, but whenever you talk about it, you get...
Yeah, you kind of
light up.
You did light up.
So
it's fun. I have a lot of fun doing it, but I also have a lot of anxiety about it. I think because I do love it and I love doing it.
And you want it to be good, and so you put a lot of your heart into it.
Yeah, and so it's not like I think it's bad anxiety or anything, but it just keeps me on my toes.
Right.
It was maybe a couple months ago. I don't remember why, but I was really tired on the day I was supposed to do the marbles, and I sat down on the couch and I closed my eyes and I woke up and I realized, oh my God, it's like 9:00. I completely missed the start time. And my phone was blowing up and some people were trying to ping me. And I was like, shit. What do I do? And I have I had this flush response. I was like, okay, do I go live now? I'm a mess. I just accidentally fell asleep.
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And this panic. And I think maybe a sign of maturing was not doing it that night. Okay, you know what? We're going to do it tomorrow.
Right.
I'll regroup.
Yeah.
We're going to pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was fine. No one got mad.
Yeah.
But just I'm very anxiety driven. That's something I'm learning in this in this past decade of my life is I'm very driven by creating a scenario where the voice in my head says, you need to do this right now.
Yeah.
You're running out of time to do this.
Yeah.
And that's a very
that voice needs to be quiet.
It's such a bad way to live.
Yeah.
It really is a tough way to live.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, it's so stressful on your body.
But I think if you're learning those tools now, okay, I'm going to let this pivot right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. Do you have a strange fan base? Do people ask you for your autograph when they see you in IRL?
I know I have a great fan base. I've at the old studio I worked at, I had a lot of chances to see people.
That's great.
And so it would be fun to see, take a photo, or we've got hats and shirts that we sell, and so to see people in the hat. Actually, a few years ago, we had a family vacation to Arizona. That's where my cousins ended up in, and and my family had gotten this Airbnb, and we go, and I'm always the last one to get there because my planes always get delayed or something.
Right. And
I go, and my dad is wearing the hat, is wearing the Marbles hat, and so that's really sweet. The audience is amazing.
The support.
That's so great.
And I'm really glad, really glad for them.
That's
really
our hat.
great.
When people send pictures of that, I get choked up. I'm
yeah. It's that's so sweet.
Thanks for the love.
Okay. Has anyone ever slipped into your DMs uncomfortably?
More uncomfortable than when I gave you that hug.
No, it's just because I was surprised.
I know.
It's.
I said, Shelly has brought it up so many times. I'm so sorry.
I'm pro hug, but I'm also not I'm not a hugger in that like hugging's not my first thought.
Right.
But I'm totally down to hug. I'm down to hug. I'm DTH.
DTH.
Well, you know so much about us now, so it's like we're like family.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, well, one-sided. We don't know. We're trying to get to know you.
Yeah.
So we can get a little bit more on a even playing field.
I don't think I've ever had anyone like try to approach me in the DMs. I know I've probably had a few drunken nights where I've like tweeted at someone like, we should meet up. But I don't think it's ever gone like that far. Yeah. Thankfully, like, and I think it helps just like in general that I am a guy online that I don't get as much of that kind of like harassment and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it does get tough out there. Yeah. I'm always really worried about that too.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're putting yourself out there in a public arena. And sometimes you're like, I think that's one reason why I like the non-video part of the podcast. Also, because we're always like, we have faces for podcasting, not for the YouTubing arena. But people sometimes will act like they know you more than... because it's it can be a very one-sided,
or,
interaction.
People will come up to you and start referencing a thing as if you're in the middle of a sentence with them already.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know about what? And I don't.
Let me catch up.
I just don't like it because it makes me off. It catches me off guard. Of like, I would love to have like. God, I would like to have met you in the middle.
Right.
I would have liked to know what you were getting ready to approach me.
I'm also a compartmentalizer. So it's like if I'm used to seeing you in one venue and then I see you out somewhere else, I'm kind of like, okay, how do I interact in this nature? We're in a different space.
Yeah.
This is so crazy. I'm reading Michael Richards' book, Kramer, from Seinfeld. So good. And he's talking about how people approach him all the time like he's Kramer. Like they go in and start doing a bit. And he's like, they're doing Jerry's lines and he's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Dance monkey?
It's like dance monkey.
Right.
Yeah.
Or,
he's like, he goes, I've never watched one episode of Seinfeld because I'm hearing this, doing this thing.
Right.
I don't want to see myself on TV. I don't want to see myself doing all of that. And I just was like, surely giddy up. And, surely that.
Right.
And he's like, no, I haven't.
Especially in TV where like, you shot it, I don't know, a year ago maybe, depending. Yeah. Like, and then, of course you don't watch it. No, they don't watch it. Like, they got enough of it on set.
Right.
That was my experience working on set was I got enough of it. If someone else is editing it, I don't need to watch it. I remember being there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. I do like when somebody comes in, like something that we said.
I don't mind that. I think that's fine. I think it's more like if somebody's out of context for me or referencing something and I'm not on the same speed as they.
Yeah. And you being a teacher, you must have had that more.
Always.
Just out in the wild.
Yeah. Like when you see a student you taught and they're at a bar.
Yeah, like,
and you're like, what do I do?
Yeah,
they're like, okay, I'm getting you a drink.
Your margarita.
Get you a drink. Yeah. Okay, so you said that was one of your projects.
Oh, yes. So the other one is a music project that we actually just recorded our last episode yesterday. So it's a 4-part series about Fleetwood Mac's Tusk album.
Okay.
And so it's a buddy of mine, Jeff, and I, and we are taking each side. It's a double album. So we're comparing it to, they put out another version of that album a few years ago for Record Store Day called The Alternate Tusk. And it's all the songs, but they're different takes or different versions of it.
Oh, wow.
And so I had him only listen to the original cuts.
Okay.
And then we come in and talk about them, and then I play him the alternate take.
Oh, wow.
And then we talk about him as well.
Deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
It really is because then also there's a memoir about recording that album.
Oh, nice.
So I can fill in a lot of history and the stories.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's, Fleetwood Mac is, in so many words, like a musical soap opera. Like, it is it's
it's like Knots Landing. Did they ever have it? They had a lot of drama going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's relatable too. Like everyone can understand like being in a tough relationship, breaking and ending a relationship, still having to see someone from a relationship, having to work with them.
Business with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like when we say, would you date somebody that you work with? And then a lot of people will be like, no, because it can change the dynamics, and working through that is very difficult.
Absolutely. Then that gets messy, because then you can mess up not just, that personal relationship, but then your work relationship or
your financial situation.
It's messy. Yeah. Don't shit where you eat.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And it becomes like everybody's business. It's like, I invested in your band. I am connected. I'm engaged.
And then they have
now have a breakup. And it's like because you're human, and then everybody gets to have an opinion about it. But it's like
and then who
the
do
Beatles
you friend? If you're on the side, like I don't know. It's like in college. One of my close friends broke up with his boyfriend at the time, and I felt weird because I was very close to him, but I was still kind of close to the boyfriend as well, and it was awkward for me to be I do feel a little weird talking to you still.
Yeah.
Even though doesn't seem like it was a bad break.
Yeah.
It still feels just weird.
Yeah. It's a hard dynamic.
Yeah.
So where do
I've
people
always
find the
missed
Fleetwood Mac, the music 4-part? Where do you find that?
So that's not out yet.
Oh.
We're right now it's on so I have a Patreon that I do with the marbles and stuff.
Yeah.
And so right now while I'm editing them, I'm posting them first on the Patreon.
Okay.
And then it'll be a public podcast soon. It's called Two Tusks, and it'll be out on all the public feeds pretty soon. But I want to get it done and just be in the moment with recording it, because I knew it was only going to be 4 episodes anyway. Yeah. And also it's like been my first thing in a while.
Yeah.
Like when I started working here, there were a lot of shows that I was like podcasts that I was a part of that I kind of stopped being a part of.
Right.
And that kind of coincided with me like being a little less online, not being on Twitter really as much, or like I have an Instagram that I really feel weird using.
Right.
I feel really weird posting to Instagram.
Yeah.
Because what am I supposed to take a photo of? And
I know. That's me too.
And maybe I'm so like used to like joking on people for like posting their lunch sandwich or something, right?
Exactly.
But that's what I think. Like, okay, it needs to be important for me to post it.
Yeah.
Or if it's not important, then it needs to be like a story.
Yeah, we had to outsource it.
Yeah.
I kind of like.
It's really hard, and I'm like you. That's how I am about like posting on Instagram. I don't know what I'm going to post. So why am I going to post anything? And who's really that interested? And then I'm the same about tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'd love to get a tattoo, but I don't know what I would want to get a tattoo of.
Forever.
Forever.
That's the forever thing about it.
It's okay.
Oh, you've got one? What's your tattoo?
It's a little dog.
She has a couple.
Oh, that's cute.
I have a heart.
Yeah,
That's
she has
cute.
some on the butt too.
I have some. I have a butt sleeve.
Butt sleeve.
Do you know about those people who got those temp tattoos, those fading tattoos?
No.
So a few years ago, sorry, I'm completely
No.
different.
Oh, go.
But there was this.
We love sidebars.
These like semi-permanent tattoos. You would get them on, and the company said, "Okay," and then they'll fade after like 9 months.
No.
They still have not faded, and it's been a few years. And every so often, I see someone on TikTok posting like, "Remember when you got that temporary tattoo that was supposed to fade in 6 months?"
Oh my gosh!
So I feel like
buyer's
I feel like
remorse.
that, but for the thing that's already supposed to be permanent.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. That would be a nightmare. I had for St. Patrick's Day, I had a shamrock on my hand. I just kind of put it on. It was like a kid's tattoo. It took forever for that thing to come
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a kid's tattoo. And I was like, this thing is not coming off. And I would just scrub it and scrub it. So I can't imagine if I had like a temporary tattoo that's not coming off, I would have a panic attack.
I feel like if I got a tattoo,
Choose wisely.
if I got a tattoo and I didn't like it all the way,
Yeah.
if I was like,
Mhm.
like I'm a picker, I pick at like scabs and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I know I would like pick at it if there was something wrong.
If you
with
didn't
Oh my
like
gosh.
it. Yeah,
Bryce,
I would
this is
obsess on
hilarious.
it.
Yeah.
I would obsess on it.
She will get nail fill-ins, like the fake nails, and immediately
Pick them all the way off. I'm like,
immediately.
I
like,
stopped doing it. It was
within-
such a waste of money.
I know.
I'm like,
It's like,
stop.
and
I need to be hypnotized on that. I'm serious.
It's like an
such a
hour
bad
later.
habit.
I have
you're
like
popping them off.
it's scarred over now, but I have like a piece here on my arm that as a kid I just kept picking at.
Yeah.
And maybe there was an ingrown hair at some point there.
Yeah.
But now it's just like a scarred bump because just
You kept picking at it.
I
know.
have one on my leg. It's like a little skin tag, and I just when I get anxious, then I'm
You
like,
pick on that.
I'm like,
Yeah. Oh my
like,
God.
da, 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 da.
yeah.
Gosh, and you're so busy. So you have those two big things coming on, and then you have you work here.
Work here at the studio, yeah. That's right.
And what are your hours here?
So I work the weekends here,
Okay.
and then I'm usually Monday through Wednesday.
Okay.
I tend to be the afternoon and evening
Yeah.
Mhm.
shift for those days.
Yeah.
And then I'll fill in when the guys are sick or whatever.
Okay. What did you do before though? Like
Before this?
yeah, you were talking about it, but what?
Yeah, so I worked at another studio here in town.
Okay.
At Bizarre
But you were-
Magic. And so
Okay.
we ran a lot of different YouTube channels, a lot of shows. Modern Rogue was one of our big shows, as well as Scam School. We called it Scam Nation. We rebranded it as Scam Nation.
Mhm.
Along with a whole suite of like podcasts and
Okay.
and so I was there. That's the job that brought me to Austin.
Okay.
And I've been in town for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I mean, I was there for a long time, and it was great. Like it was my dream job. Like it was like when I was in college. Like I was watching these guys, and like they got me into podcasting,
Okay.
Yeah.
and so it was like, yeah, it was like a blessing to be able to kind of to not just like bring my skills in and help and be a fit, but also to get to have the trust, I guess, to do that, because it's kind of tough to have someone come in and start working on your show
Yeah.
and then at some point like be speaking on the show or writing things for the show. And it was very, very unique and one of a kind in that.
Yeah.
That's
when artists come together. I'm in such awe of the skill set. It's like
and then what they create together.
yeah, and what they create.
So-
Like so,
and it's a creative
and it feels,
endeavor
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And and I got to do a lot of things that I never ever thought. I mean, we went to fucking Disney World
Yeah.
as a part of it. You know,
Yeah.
going and doing live shows, live comedy shows.
Oh, fun.
Working on like live magic shows. We had a tour in California. It was 2 days. It was one day and the next. We worked on like comedy albums. It was a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Which was kind of how I was in school. Doing a little bit of everything, and so I left there about a year and a half, maybe 2. It'll be 2 years later this year. Just because it's mostly business stuff.
Yeah.
Like when the business stuff stops working, it's really hard for all of the artists to work together and feel happy about being
For sure.
in that situation. And that was tough for me. It still is tough for me. Because I want them to do well.
Mm-hmm.
I want those shows to do well. I want the fans to still have the shows. And I feel like I still need some distance.
Yeah.
It's still
that's
kind of
okay.
awkward.
That's okay. Take care of you. We all have to do that.
No,
And
totally get
everybody's
it.
ebb and flowing and changing, and and you need different things in your life at different times. And so
And that's the thing I think I'm rounding the corner on, is realizing like I'm changed. I've changed as well. Like everyone changes. And that is okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to pick at that.
Yeah. Self-preservation. And one of our friends has a podcast, and he is like unapologetic self-care.
Yeah.
And that's, we all need to get there. Said we're unapologetically going to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's more than coming up with a reason to take a day off of work. It is the big movements.
It is.
Those are the things
the
that
big
are also
movements.
self-care.
Yes.
Like, I loved doing that job and working at that studio, and also like that machine didn't stop.
Right.
Videos needed to come out, podcasts needed to come out, people wanted their shows, and we wanted, whether they none of them needed them to be right then, but I also had a really high expectation for myself.
Right.
We're doing the show, I need to get it turned around and done. And
a lot of sleepless nights.
And that was I was building a lot of picking. I was creating like a shape of my life that was doing that. Like I was doing a lot of evening stuff because our shows would be in the evening.
Yeah.
And then I would stay up until like midnight working on that show so that I could get out, so that people would have it in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and not that that's a bad thing either, to want people to have, their show, but it adds up.
It does.
Stuff adds up.
Yeah.
And
well, when your work becomes your life and you don't have anything else feeding that,
no, point at me too. I believe it.
It really can take over, and then before you know it, you're on this hamster wheel.
It's a hamster wheel, yeah.
Yes,
there was
this
this
that's a great way to describe it. That's it.
Yeah, there was this one commercial a long time ago.
And for what?
Where the guy would get up and he'd be like, "Time to make the donuts."
Yeah,
and it was the Dunkin' Donut commercial.
Yeah,
and he'd get up every morning and he'd go and make the donuts, and then it's like, what am I doing this for? After a while, you're like, what am I doing this for? I'm on this hamster wheel. I got to get off this hamster wheel for a while.
And but everybody likes the donuts.
Right.
People keep buying the donuts.
Yes.
Which is fine. But maybe I don't need to be the one making the donuts.
Right.
Exactly.
That's what the self-care looks like. Not just I need the day off from the donuts. Like maybe I'm done with donuts.
Maybe I'm done with donuts.
Yeah.
And then you
Maybe
got to
And
find
that's
another.
the
Maybe I have
tough change.
diabetes and I can't eat donuts anymore.
Yeah, I know. It just keeps. Yeah. Yes, I totally hear that. But I think you definitely are.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Feel like you're
Thank you.
Are you
standing
proud
up
of
for
you?
yourself.
I don't think I am yet.
Okay.
I still am like really tough on myself.
Yeah.
I still feel really bad about leaving.
Honestly.
And it's not I don't know. I mean, the details are the details, but I do miss it a lot, and I still, that's what I'm working through.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you. I think I'm going to feel the same way when I get off my hamster
100.
wheel. I feel guilt. Like I'm leaving people that needed me or something.
Yeah.
But I know it'll get filled with something else.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm kind of in this bad part. Well, bad. Like I'm kind of itching for a new thing.
Yes.
I'm ready to be hooked on a new thing.
Yeah.
And I would like it to be something maybe good and healthy and happy and fun and all these other great things.
Where you can balance it.
Yeah. And
it's not all consuming. Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye out.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Okay. We will try to help you manifest
we're gonna
that.
manifest with you.
We'll wear a manifesting.
When's your birthday?
June 19th. I'm a Gemini.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Two sides.
Yeah. There's two sides, and they battle each other a lot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have a very cognizant inner voice.
Mhm.
Like my inner voice, I feel like I'm in a lot of control over. And sometimes it's really busy up there.
Loud.
Yeah. I'll go, I do the therapy every few weeks, and it's like on a Zoom thing. And sometimes I'll just get stopped up thinking about something, and it must be so weird for my therapist, because sometimes he'll ask me something and I'll just stop and think. And in my head, it's going. And it's like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? and I can't let any of that come out.
You're trying to put a filter on it.
Like, it needs to be right before it comes out, which is also maybe not the best self-care, but
no,
yeah,
it's true. I hear you. It does say there's some indecisiveness. Sometimes there's inconsistency. There's restlessness. For sure. You have a lot of duality, so it can be.
That.
Yeah.
I definitely
and it kind of battles.
Especially doing the old job in those shows, I definitely felt a very distinct, like on and off kind of flip switch.
Are you a perfectionist?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not always neat and tidy, but I definitely, yeah.
I think that in this job, I could see you drowning in the details. The details can be kind of the beast in it all because you're like wanting to make something that's consumable that people will enjoy, but also you're like kind of, like, and so those details can really be overwhelming.
When it comes to like editing, I can definitely fall into a rabbit hole of wanting to over edit and over produce something. Like if it's an hour-long podcast, and like years ago I had another podcast called Trending Lemon, and it was like my own personal podcast, and it was just me interviewing people, and I was so like zoomed in on the details. Like I would be editing like every sentence of mine just to try to find something to clean up, because I just thought like it needs to be this, it needs to be better. And I'm like, that's what I'm trying to let go of, because that's not even perfectionism, that's just unhelpful, like it's unhelpful.
Well, and then it loses its the authenticness of it if it's constantly whittled down, So, I mean, that's why we have to, like, some of our friends that are kind of joining us, we're like,
let your freak fly.
Try to let that naturalness come out as much as possible. You're going to make mistakes, but, it's going to be okay.
Human.
Yeah. So, but I understand it can be I'm more like, it is what it is. But I think some other people are like, oh, we need to tidy this up.
I'm very used to being like the one cleaning up after things a bit, right?
Yeah.
Like being the adult in the room.
Yes. I could see that. Yeah. You're like, okay, I'll take it.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah. So what do you do now that you're not on the hamster wheel as much? What do you do now, like, for fun? What's your, like, self-care fun things that you do?
Unapologetic self-care.
I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm like realizing now I watch a ton of YouTube.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that's a weird thing. I watch a lot of YouTube and I don't feel like most of it is even worth talking about. It's like watching other people play video games. Just like I do find it enjoying a lot.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm watching right now is there's a guy who's playing through this video game called Lingo 2. And so I'm watching a guy play this puzzle game, but it's basically like I'm playing it too, because like he goes up to the panel and he's like, oh, what is, like he's stuck, and I'm screaming at it's brown, it's brown, it's brown. And then he types brown. It's like, oh, it's not brown either. I'm like, it's obviously not brown.
You need a video of you watching him play.
Yeah. Exactly. There you go.
But it's that, or
and then just have the pile on of like 17 people that are all watching each other watch this.
Yeah, it's like the mirror with the mirror with the mirror.
So fun.
Yeah, that's so funny.
It's such a big phenomenon.
Yeah,
like that is.
It is,
and a lot of it feels like rocky waters right now. Like the React people. Like there's plenty of people who make a lot of content reacting to stuff, and there's like a lot of scrutiny on that right now from people from other YouTube freaks. Of like, hey, you have to actually add something with what you do here, or you're just kind of like lazily
copywriting.
And then there's some people who are like, if they're on Twitch, then maybe it's an easy way to fill time, but you still have to do something. You should do something. And so that's I think that's why it's tough for me to start new projects.
No.
Well, hold on, I'm going to background into that. Into what my point there is like, I feel very critical of the concept of a show, and so it makes me want, whenever I'm doing something, to want to do something special, or what is the thing that only I can do, or what is the thing that we can only do like in this moment or in this context, and so like it would be fun to just do like React stuff, like just pull out my phone and watch TikToks with people in chat room.
Right.
Oh my gosh,
that would be it would be fun, and it would be kind of easy.
Yeah, it's a low hanging fruit.
Yeah, but it feels like easy. There are people doing it.
Yeah.
Where like the marbles thing is really fun for me because it's very unique, and yes, there is this like other game that people do, but we also like zhuzh it up in this way. The music podcasts, like there are people who do music podcasts, and maybe that is me getting a little more traditional of like a plot of a show. But even still, we had to like have this one album that was actually 2 albums, and then also bring in like all this reading and stuff into it.
Yes.
And so,
well, it's probably the difference is probably your passion around those projects is what the big draw is for people. Is that, I mean, I can't wait to listen.
I know.
It's like really this is something you love. I want to see what it's about, and so.
But I hear what you're saying. Like people who are consuming something and then they're piggybacking off of that with their criticisms or their input,
right?
And then it's like it's like when we were doing book club at first for one of our podcast facets, and then it's like we would give it a rating, and then we talked to Ashley Manning, who is the actual author, and she was like, it kind of hurts my heart when people rate it, because then I go back and say, oh, they gave me a 4 because they didn't think this one character was authentic enough, and then she's in her head going, I've got to go rewrite my whole book. And I'm like, I didn't think about that. I just think sometimes in our society we want to like consume something, and then we want to give our opinion about it. It's like, is it worthy?
I wonder if that's something that has changed on the internet. The KPIing of everything.
Yes.
You know, like I hear you tell that story, and it's like, it's very true. Like if you make something, the best advice I can give you is to not go on the internet and look what other people say about it.
That's what I say.
It's really tough. There's not a lot of good that comes out of that. But at the same time, authors need reviews.
Yes.
You know, so much of what drives like Amazon's book algorithm is how people rate things.
Or Goodreads.
Or you have Goodreads, exactly. And that's
same for restaurant reviews.
And if you're a reader and you want to, like, I don't know where I would go to find out about what is a good book. I guess I would go to Goodreads, but then that's me kind of passively subscribing to their system.
Right.
And I didn't really get, and it's clearly a lot of people who care a lot about the books that they read.
Right.
You know, it's like, I'm sure there are people who go on and give kind of flippant reviews, but I go on there and I have seen plenty of reviews that are very analytical. People who care a lot about what they read to respond in that way.
Right.
And so so it's this world where like the internet has kind of become a tool as a thing to sell. We use it to sell things, to make industry and commerce work. But like, we sharpened the lawnmower blades, and now they're very sharp.
Yeah, they're very sharp.
You know,
they're very sharp.
Yeah. But I could see why you worry about like what you're putting out there.
And it can be detrimental, and it can take some of the art or the joy away, because people are like, I don't want the feedback. I don't want to. I don't know.
You never know what's going to go viral.
Exactly.
Like, there are plenty of people who try to game it and stuff, but there are plenty of things where people just said a thing and weren't expecting it to pop that big. And that is honestly frightening. There are very few times like where going viral helps or makes anyone's life get better.
Exactly.
It very rarely makes, say, like a YouTube channel gain a following.
Right.
Like, it's not that like
it's a moment.
It's a moment.
It's a moment.
And the
and
people
we're
who
humans.
and the people who like optimize towards that are Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
You know, the people who are like have to lean into hyperbole and exaggerated scale because they still need to pop. It needs to be big. It needs to be big.
It's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a really bad cycle.
No, I don't like this cycle because it takes away like that artist person that is
or the authenticity. Like when that girl said the hawk talk.
I was thinking hawk tui.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so then she went viral and I'm like, and now where is she?
And now she's in hiding because she rug pulled her crypto coin.
Yeah.
Right.
And now she's going to come back because the SEC like dropped her case or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, God, can you imagine that?
No.
Imagine like if someone said like, hey, in 2 years, you're going to have to deal with the SEC. But tell me, what do you think about sucking dick? Like,
I know.
Seriously? It's like Girls Gone Wild.
I know.
It's the Girls Gone Wild phenomenon, but now it's online instead of like TV. It's a very
interesting
dangerous environment on the internet. And I think we forget that.
Right.
Like the internet is actually dangerous.
Yeah.
It hurts people.
It does hurt
sometimes.
people. We have to be careful with these tools. You have to really think about what you're doing and what messages you're sending out there. Like when you're trying to send your negativity to somebody else, whatever they're creating. And it just makes me, I understand. I can understand why you really grapple with, I want a new project, but I'm very careful as to what I want to put out there.
Yeah.
Yes. So it sounds like you spent a lot of time really thinking about this art form or this media way of getting messages out to people. And then, but where do you like to go eat?
I have a troubled relationship with Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell.
Hey, don't shame love for Taco Bell.
Well, I love Taco Bell,
it's
but
good. What do you eat at Taco Bell?
You know, I keep it really simple. Get the 3 soft tacos.
Okay.
No lettuce.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. The Taco Bell lettuce is not good.
And sometimes the tomatoes are a little iffy too.
Yeah.
But those tacos are going to taste the same everywhere.
Exactly.
You know, I don't like the any of the grilled or the special stuff. Maybe the nachos. The nachos will be good.
Oh yeah.
Any of those, but
Nacho Bell.
I'm like very like a fast food type of person.
Yeah.
Like anytime I'm like, oh, I should eat. I should get something nice. It's like, okay, that's fast food. Okay, you just want to buy fast food is what you're saying.
I love it.
Pasta's always great.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a picky eater of kind of basic tastes.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And mac and cheese.
That's
sometimes.
so funny. I do love me some Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell.
I usually eat it if I'm a little hungover, but yeah, it's my go-to.
Yeah.
I get the 2 crispy tacos, and then I might get a bean burrito, but then I usually eat 1 taco and 1 bean burrito, and then I never eat the second taco. Was there. And then I just was like, okay, so you are a YouTube watcher.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be the person that you would want to hang out with from YouTube? Like if you could pick their brain or just hang out with them.
I think
is your laminated list.
Who's on your laminated list?
I heard the other podcast. I know what a laminated list also means. That's interesting. You know, it's weird because I have had the chance to meet plenty of YouTubers, and they are really all sorts of it takes all kinds.
Oh, for sure.
More so than like TV or movies, right? Where like you kind of really just think of like people as actors or maybe hosts or something.
Yeah.
Where YouTube people are like tend to be very like right up against their hobby, right? Like they do it because that's what they like. And so like thinking about like the YouTubers that I like watching, I don't know that I would pick them necessarily, only because I feel like I do kind of already know them.
Yeah.
There's already that weird parasocial
there's
thing.
no new news.
And I know that if I got to talk to them and was like, hey, just on the level, creator to creator, what's up? They would just be like normal people.
Right.
Probably.
What do they say? Never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there was a YouTuber, there's who I do like that would be cool to meet just because would be Tom Scott, the science and kind of wonders of the world guy.
Yeah.
He seems really, really sweet and nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, you're so fascinating. I just like all of this insight because I feel like we're nowhere near what you've done or what you created or what you're, and all your interests are so unique compared to we're like sports,
Yeah.
Books.
I like sports. I like F1.
F1?
Formula 1?
You do?
Yeah. I'm tired today. I stayed up watching the race last night. It was at midnight. And I still fell asleep during it. So.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
My husband and I, we were in Monte Carlo one time and there was an F1 race. It was pretty amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh, yeah.
It's really very cool.
Yeah. That must have been amazing.
Yeah. We didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah,
But I was like, oh my gosh, these people are just really going around these corners really fast, so dangerous.
Yeah, there's a whole, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there about how they do that in that city.
Yeah.
They just use those streets.
They do.
And it's been like that for 70, 80 years.
Yes. Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
And they were having a F1 race when we went to Miranda Lambert in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And so they had it all blocked off. We didn't see the race, but it was all blocked up for the race.
Get ready for it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think the going through the cities is pretty amazing.
Yeah. It's always it's really interesting because you think about the racetracks. A racetrack looks like a racetrack looks like a racetrack.
Yeah.
And people understand when they see buildings and trees and stuff going by. It's a small thing, but I think it helps with the sport a little bit to be in a cool space. The Vegas race is cool. That's a good racetrack.
Yeah.
And I went there for their first race. And I didn't get a ticket, so I ended up watching it at the Guy Fieri Sports Bar.
Yeah. That's all right.
But
just the proximity sometimes is so fun.
Yeah. The energy.
Yeah. And you see them whipping through the casinos, and that's you can't replicate that.
No, you cannot.
It really is one of a kind.
It is. I mean,
that's
I just think
funny.
that's so cool. Well, we can't wait to watch all your projects. I mean, you are just
so good.
You, as Shelly says, you blow our socks off with all your hard work and your insight.
Yeah, we really appreciate you.
If you have any good advice for us, we are listeners. We will take your advice because you seem to know what's going on.
She doesn't.
Yeah,
I can take it. I think it's more like when my husband gives me advice. I'm just stop. I didn't ask.
It has to be the right forum for the advice.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not pillow talk, John.
Yeah. It's a real turn off. Well, thanks for spending this time with us.
Thanks for inviting me on.
Appreciate
so fun.
I was glad to be on.
Yeah, now we know a little more about you, where we always feel like we're kind of bleeding out here.
I know.
And
we'll have to flip the script. I'll have to interview you two one.
Okay. We're down for it. We'll play marbles with you.
That sounds great.
Oh, can I say the line?
Yes.
Texas, Texas, y'all.